Today, we're cracking open the armory of the Navy SEALs. We're going to look at everything, from the legendary rifles that basically wrote the book on modern combat, all the way to futuristic smart grenade launchers, and yes, even pistols that can fire underwater. All right, let's get into it.
So let's just dive right in. This quote, it really cuts to the chase, doesn't it? We're about to explore the actual hardware, the tools of the trade that make these operators so incredibly effective on the battlefield. It's about way more than just the gun. It's about the right tool for the job.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. We've got 6 main areas we're going to hit. We'll start with their primary rifles, then get into sidearms, their sniper systems, and the heavy machine guns. And then we'll get to the fun stuff, the breaching tools, and that really unique gear that makes a SEAL a true frogman. Okay, first up, let's talk about the absolute essentials. These are the rifles and carbines that are the go-to tool for pretty much any mission you can think of. These are the real workhorses of the teams. You can really see the evolution right here. You've got the M14, this big, powerful rifle from the Vietnam era that still packs a serious punch at long range. Then you have the M16, which was a lighter, more modern approach. But for today's fights in tight spaces, it's all about the compact M4A1 and especially the super short MK18. I mean, if you're boarding a ship in the middle of the night, that's the one you want. All right, so this right here is a perfect example of the choices an operator has to make. It's the classic trade-off, speed versus raw power. The SCAR-L is light, it's smooth, it's perfect for moving fast and clearing rooms. But if you need to reach out and really hit something hard from a distance, well, that's when you grab its big brother, the SCAR-H. It's this constant balancing act between being mobile and just having overwhelming firepower. And then there's this thing, the Heckler & Koch 416. People call it the Ferrari of rifles, and for good reason. See, it uses this special gas piston system that keeps it running incredibly clean and cool no matter what you throw at it. That insane reliability is exactly why it's the darling of the world's most elite units.
Okay, let's shift gears and talk about what happens when things get, well, up close and personal. We're talking close quarters combat, where being fast and compact isn't just an advantage, it's literally what keeps you alive.
When you talk about submachine guns, you have to start with the legend, the MP5. There's a version for pretty much any situation you can imagine. From super quiet, suppressed models for stealth jobs to tiny ones you can hide just about anywhere. But what if the bad guys are wearing body armor? Well, that's when you need the MP7. It's a little monster that fires a special round designed to punch right through it.
All right, on to sidearms, and you knew we had to start with the Glock 19. Look, there's a reason it's considered the unofficial favorite. It just hits that perfect Goldilocks spot, you know? It's not too big, not too small, it's unbelievably reliable, and it holds enough rounds to get you out of trouble. But for literally decades, this was the gold standard for the SEALs, the SIG P226. Its reputation for being tough as nails is totally earned. I mean, just think about it. Pulling your pistol out of the ocean, covered in salt water, and knowing, without a doubt, that it's going to fire every single time, that's the kind of reliability we're talking about. And of course, you can't have this conversation without mentioning the Beretta M9. For more than 30 years, this was the standard issue pistol for the entire US military. So even if SEALs had other options, this was a constant, reliable presence in their armory for a very long time. Now this beast is a whole different philosophy. The HK SOCOM, it's really less of a backup gun and more of a primary weapon. It's a huge 45 caliber handgun that's built like an absolute tank. It was literally designed from day one to be an offensive tool in the hands of an operator. Okay, let's zoom out, way out. We're moving into the world of long-range precision, looking at the rifles that let SEAL snipers completely dominate a battlefield from distances that are just hard to even imagine. It's all about achieving what they call overmatch. So this is the sniper's toolkit, and these are basically surgical instruments for warfare. You have everything from the semi-auto SR-25 for hitting multiple targets quickly to the Mark 13, which is a bolt-action rifle for that one-shot, one-kill surgical precision at incredible ranges. And then you see the future, the Barrett MRAD, which lets a sniper change calibers right there in the field. It's unbelievably adaptable. So, the big question for a sniper is, which tool do you use for the job? Well, the 7.62 is your versatile, all-around choice. If you need to bridge the gap to some really serious long-range shots, you step up to the 338 Lapua. But what if your target isn't a person at all? What if it's an engine block or a piece of equipment? Well, that's when you bring out the big boy,
the massive 50 BMG.
Sometimes it's not about precision. It's about putting a wall of lead downrange to keep the enemy's heads down. That's when the SEALs turn to their machine guns. These things are all about controlling the fight through sheer volume of fire.
Man, this is like a hall of fame for heavy metal. You've got the Stoner 63 from Vietnam, which was this wild modular weapon. Then there's the M60, famously nicknamed the Pig, a beast of a gun that was just raw, terrifying firepower. And that legacy is carried on today by the M249 and the incredibly reliable M240, which just keep chugging along, winning firefights. And then you have the ultimate fight ender, the M134 minigun. We're talking about a 6-barreled, electric-powered monster. When this thing opens up from a helicopter or a boat, the sound alone is terrifying. The sheer amount of fire is so completely overwhelming that, yeah, the fight is over, fast. So what happens when you can't go around something? You go through it. That's when SEALs reach for a whole different set of tools designed to open doors, clear rooms, and just generally make big things go boom.
You can really see a clear escalation of force here, right? Step 1, it's just a locked door. A shotgun like the Remington 870 takes care of that. Step 2, okay, now there's a fortified position. Time for a 40mm grenade from something like an M320. And for step 3, if you're up against a vehicle or a concrete bunker, well, you escalate to the heavy stuff, like an AT-4 rocket or the awesome Carl Gustav.
Whoa! Okay, now this is a peek into the future. The Mark 47 Striker isn't just an automatic grenade launcher, it's a smart one. It has an onboard computer that calculates the perfect arc to drop a grenade exactly where it needs to go. I mean, think about that. You can hit targets even when they think they're safe behind a wall. That's a total game changer.
And finally, we get to the really unique stuff. This is the gear that separates the SEALs from everyone else. This is the specialized kit designed for their world. A world of water, of stealth, of operating where no one else can.
Okay, this is where things get wild. We're talking about tools for the absolute harshest environments on the planet. A pistol that literally shoots darts underwater, knives designed to not rust away in the ocean, explosives that can cut through steel like a scalpel, and even a torch that can cut through a ship's hull while you're completely submerged. This gear just screams problem solver.
So, after walking through this entire armory, from simple pistols to smart grenade launchers, you start to see a clear picture, right? The future of warfare is getting more specialized, more precise, and way more technologically advanced. The weapons of tomorrow are going to be smarter and deadlier than anything we've seen before. It really leaves you with one big question. How is all this tech going to change the face of the battlefield?